Hello, everyone. I was still muted there as I started the show. That was fantastic. Couldn't figure out what camera to use. Couldn't figure out what to start with on anything. Welcome to the show today. We've got a lot to cover. Lots of stories happening, including McDonald's bringing back the apple pie for the 250th anniversary of America. Apparently, the fried apple pie back at McDonald's, and also the Save America Act going nowhere. A neat time. Joining me right now to discuss all of these things and more, and we're going to just throw out all sorts of topics because I saw some other things that were going on, is across the room from me in my studio, EJ Antoni, and head of the Media Research Center, David Bozell. That I can't hear. How's your microphone going over there? Is that EJ? Can I hear you? Can you talk for a second?
Yeah,
I can hear you. And David's going to fire somebody over there at the old studio. All right, well, we'll get started here. And as they try to wave when you guys have figured out audio over there. But I want to cover something to start with EJ. This just came up through my feed. Apparently, they started with a land acknowledgement at the Obama Center, the opening of the Obama Center today. What a glorious day at the Obama Center. Barack Obama and his lovely wife, who is definitely a woman, flew in. They descended from the heavens upon Chicago to give a land acknowledgement to start the opening of the Obama Center.
We'd also like to take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of the land upon which we are gathered today. We honor the Anishinaabe, the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi nations.
I'm part of the Council of Three Fires. Thanks for acknowledging me, Susan Rice. What is that? I think the Council of Three Fires, I think they run pride parades in a couple of cities, the Council of Three Fires. That's the LGP, right? But like, here's the deal. Like, if they're acknowledging the land, right? If this is a thing that they're doing, shouldn't they just give the land back to the people? Instead of building $1 billion project, you can give the land back.
Yeah, this is like saying to Wells Fargo, I'm going to acknowledge the fact that I stole this bag of money from Wells Fargo, and now that my conscience is clear, I'll go spend the money as opposed to just, giving it back. But also, why did she have to list off all those different Indian tribes? She didn't just list one, right?
Well,
because for how many years before the Europeans came, what were they doing? They were all fighting and killing each other and taking the land from each other.
No, they were peaceful, and they shared the land until us whites showed up and took it. David, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? Got me?
Yeah.
Cool. Much better.
Can you acknowledge the land that the Media Research Center and For America headquarters is located on?
Dulles Airport. So no,
let's try.
I won't genify. Look, I didn't hear Eddie Vedder acknowledging land at his pre-con or Springsteen or any of these other guys at that concert for Obama's presidential library. So no. If they won't acknowledge it, I won't acknowledge mine.
And aren't we supposed to play the game now where like what could the billions of dollars that open that, how much homelessness could they have solved with the billions of dollars? Isn't that a thing?
How many White Sox World Series could they have fixed?
Well, you have to remember. So the Obamas, man, you take your life in your hands when you go into a White Sox game. But remember when they had the 72 illegals when DeSantis very smartly shipped them to Martha's Vineyard, and the Obamas have the 50 bedroom house or 25 bedroom house or whatever it is there, and they couldn't be bothered to open up their doors to put those people in that home. That would have housed them all. Nobody was home.
But honestly, though, if you were homeless and you see the Obama building,
yeah,
and your choice is either living on the street or living in that monstrosity, wouldn't you choose the street? Would we actually affect the homeless at all?
I think there's something to a post-apocalyptic prison that's very warm and inviting for a homeless person. You can get your green slop to eat every night and your rations and who knows? What is your favorite exhibit? I know, David, you've dug into this. What's your favorite exhibit you think at the Obama?
I would have loved to. I imagine. Remember that? What's that movie with Farrell and Ben Stiller, the models movie?
Oh, Zoolander.
And they're going over the the model of the little school for kids who can't read good or whatever that was.
This is a school for
and
ants.
want to learn to do
School
other
for ants. And I would have loved to have been in that session where Obama and Michelle stare at this rock, misshapen rock, and said, "That's it. That's the look I want for my presidential library."
You told me, if you told me the designer actually pulled it out of his butt, I'd believe you.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's so awful looking. Favorite exhibit? Oh gosh, the closet of doctors we all lost when they passed Obamacare. Just check up on those guys and see how they're doing.
That's a whole wing. That's a whole wing. I think his. Do you think they have his long form birth certificate on the wall?
Yeah,
You walk in, take a photo with it.
I think the portion of the library dedicated to ancient history includes a whole exhibit that just showcases a series of affordable healthcare plans.
That's right.
You ever had Obama? You guys have had real jobs. I signed up for Obamacare once.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did nothing. No.
Gold, platinum. You got
I was
platinum.
bronze. No, I was bronze.
Did you have? Would you have like a $30,000 deductible or something?
It was like, just in case I had to be put on a feeding tube for like 3 years, I would have only had to pay $500,000 instead of like $8 billion. That was the deal. All right, listen. Let's talk about some good news. All right, we got all these Europeans in America right now,
Yeah.
and
That's good.
for once it is. Not everything has to be terrible. Got all these Europeans in America, and they love it. They love American exceptionalism. They love the fact that we can get just air conditioning. That was the craziest thing. I didn't get this video, but there was a couple that came off of a plane, and she goes, "Compressed air. Wow." Like, we've got it good here, and the socialists have no idea, like, until they come over here, because they've been told how terrible we are, how great it actually is. Here's this guy. He likes Shiner beer, which good for him. I don't.
Hi, I love this beer in this country, by the way. It's really good.
You like the beer in this country? All right.
Hospitality has been amazing as well.
Really? Have you had any Texas barbecue yet?
I had Texas barbecue yesterday. I had a lovely bit of brisket.
Tell me about it. What was your experience? Is it what you expected?
I went fatty. Do you go fatty or
Yeah,
lean?
oh, yeah.
I went fatty. I went to slow bone,
Okay.
picked it up, put the sauce on it, dropped it in the mouth, melted in my mouth. It was absolutely beautiful. It's the best beef I've had in my life.
Really? We love to hear that. Did you try any of the other fixins with it or no?
I had a pork.
She's never used the term fixins before.
Vixens.
Never. But you can see how much these
Vixens.
they're loving it. And then here's another one here of the singing along. I don't know how much we're allowed to play of this for copyright purposes, but here we go. Singing at bars, having a delightful time. And there's
Cool.
then there's this guy who we need to talk about this guy for a second. This is Freddie. Nobody knows who Freddie is. But he, J.J. Watt put us up and gave us a tour of the biggest suite at his hotel or whatever, and apparently $150,000 a night. Oof. Freddie is getting treated like a king because Freddie, I don't know why. You got me on this one, and here he is there on our way to an Ella Langley concert. He got free jerseys. He's got a big flag. He loves Texas Roadhouse. I mean, all the things.
So one of the things that I think always blows Europeans away when they come to the United States is just how spacious everything is here. I'm not just talking about the $150,000 a night suite, right?
Yeah.
But the average American in poverty has a larger dwelling space, like wherever their residence is, has a larger dwelling space than the average European. Not the average European in poverty, just the average European. So even Americans on welfare have bigger homes, bigger apartments, whatever the case may be, than the European counterpart who's not on welfare, who's actually like out there and working. That's just shocking.
That's mind blowing to me. I've been over. David, have you been over to Parliament before?
Yeah, Big Ben, Parliament. Yeah, actually, I'm going there next week.
Okay, no bragging.
I'm going back. Yeah. And what if I just started a fake Twitter account and called myself like Frederick or something, and then
Freddie
just
too.
ran around and
Just
got some blood soup and pretended to like it, and
I know, right?
see if I got put up by, see if I can get it, get so hooked up in one of these castles. That'd be great. I should do that.
So the part before I get to my theory on Freddie, by the way, the parliamentary offices when you go over and visit the little ministers there are so small. They're like as small as this little studio room that I have in my house. And I went in. I was introduced and given a tour once, and the guy was sitting in his office, and I go, "Oh, this is the front of the office." He goes, "No, this is the office." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Thanks. It's a very nice office. It's very old. It's nice." Super awkward. We went out to lunch after that.
I saw. I don't know if it was Freddie, but there was one account that went viral for she never had a free coffee refill.
Oh
sitting in
yeah,
the diner.
yeah. They don't get
That was great.
It's wild to me. Here's Freddie, by the way. This is actually the thing that I think that people, Europeans in particular, would be thrown by, is Bass Pro. I've stayed at the Bass Pro Pyramid in Memphis a few times, and I love it. There, except for some of the rooms on the inside have no natural light whatsoever. But like, it's an experience that. Look at that! Oh, they were selling rifles in there.
America.
Freddie I can't imagine what these guys think it's like to be able to walk into a store and just buy guns.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I think Freddie is I think Freddie is an op. I think Freddie. It makes no sense that out of nowhere this one guy exploded. And I think it's being done. I think it's done maybe in partnership with someone. I think he's getting not necessarily influencer money, but I think it's being done to promote America.
Yeah.
And like a random German guy who speaks.
I'm starting to think John Fetterman's an op. I mean, you said op, and I thought.
I was on a plane with him once, and he was pretty cool. Actually, we talked about politics the whole time. We were flying into Pittsburgh. He sits in first class because he can't fit in the plane. Like he's in 1A because he literally can't walk back into the smaller planes. So we were up front and we talked the whole time. He's a decent, normal guy, but he doesn't vote the right way. I don't know.
I know.
Like, what's the?
I know. But you see him on camera, he'll get out there and he'll say, say all the right things. You're thinking he must be compromised in some way, that he's trying to help out the president.
Have you seen his wife?
Not in a long time.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of her.
Back in the day, she was
He
around.
was with them on the campaign trail, and she's disappeared.
Yeah.
I do think it's amazing that as he has recovered from brain damage, he has slowly sounded less liberal. There's something there. I don't know what, but there's.
Did they replace him on the island? Because that's a big theory. You ever go down the rabbit hole at night where they say they've replaced all the celebrities at some point? They soul switch them.
Yeah, I try to stay away from rabbits or holes.
I was told to ask you more wild questions today, by the way. I'm blaming your staff on this one, David.
Or is it like the whole Joe Biden thing where people would take photos of him?
The earlobes.
Well, yeah, exactly. But then also like, his eyes are like this, and like
the one time he was 7 feet tall.
He's had so much work done. It's ridiculous. And it's like, okay, yeah, of course his face has changed. That's what happens when you do all the
I'm about to start going
stuff.
down that road. That's about time for me to get my neck. Disgusting. People make fun of it. No, this whole Freddie thing, man. It's just like he's loving America. He's experiencing it. I want to believe it's real, but he's blown up so quickly, and it's been such a social media sensation, and you never see his face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
He breaks every rule. It kind of makes me sick. He breaks every social media gold standard rule, best practice rule.
Yeah.
No narration. Just no real. I don't remember even hearing any audio. He's just
that's
camera.
I'm telling you, man. Like, is Freddie a real person?
Yeah.
He's getting the hookup on a lot of stuff. How do they know who Freddie is?
It's FIFA propaganda.
I really look. I'm. You see a lot of these people who are very excited. They put their faces on camera. You just never see Freddie.
Right.
The outdoor world, I just can't imagine, because we've all been to Europe. We spent extensive time there, being famous and influential. And I've never seen anything like an outdoor world, a Bass Pro outdoor world anywhere else on the planet.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine walking into one and seeing just truly how exceptional America is. Because that really is. This is America right here. Like, this is the perfect summary of America. When you walk into a place, and not only can you get fishing equipment and guns and bayonets for like $12, by the way, over there, like machetes for $12. You can get every candy known to man. They've got like fresh popcorn. The place is just, I think that's where most Europeans should go when they first come to America. Bass Pro.
It kind of makes sense though. Like, You ever been to Europe for an extended period of time, like 7 to 10 days,
Yes.
2 weeks, and then like by like day 8, day 9, like all you really want is a Big Mac. All you really want is just to go into a 7-Eleven and grab a thing of jerky and get out of there. just do some regular old American consumerism. And I think, but these guys are experiencing that all for the first time. It's awesome to see.
After the incredible MRC cruise that I went on last year, which everyone should go on when they get the opportunity.
Yes.
And I spent 3 days in Amsterdam because I got a $1,900 credit from American Airlines to stay 3 extra days, which was crazy to me. Actually, $2,100. And it's fun for the first day, and then you're like, oh, they have like cool French fries here with mayonnaise on it. And then like the second day, you're like, that's real. That's all they have is French fries and mayonnaise. Whereas like, can we get some just real food here, please? Is there anything other than that? Like it was rough. Like you can only drink and have so much fried junk in a town. You're right though. Like American food, like the beef here is just better. Everything is just better here. And I don't know that many leftists would agree with you, but it really is, to me, it's defeating the leftist narrative that these Europeans are coming over here and having a great time and realizing how incredible America is. And honestly, I don't know why Republicans haven't capitalized on it more and said like, this is why we're great. This is why capitalism is great. And just didn't,
they're too busy criticizing the White House when any camera shows up at their doorstep. Yeah, they just take the opportunity to criticize the president instead of. You're right, Tim. Instead of showcasing these guys, using these guys as their muse for their campaign rhetoric. It's silly.
America is great. Stop listening to leftists. I mean, capitalism actually has done some great stuff. I'll tell you what the Republicans are busy doing.
Not passing the SAVE Act.
Nothing.
Yeah,
that's what they're busy doing.
Incredible.
Nothing. Here's John Thune. By the way, if Democrats were looking for somebody to stop President Trump on every one of his policies, John Thune's your man.
Yeah.
He has gotten nothing done. I don't know. I wonder if he even gets a free pack of M&Ms when he goes to the White House anymore. Here we go.
On conversations with him, how does this go over? Because the way he types it in his True Social posts, it's pretty aggressive. He thinks you should be doing more.
And he's passionate about it, and we are doing everything that we can.
That's not true.
But it is a function of math. I mean, we are bound by arithmetic in the United States Senate. The votes currently aren't there. We will continue to put the Democrats on the record and insist on votes on this. But if you tried to attach it, for example, to FISA, it would tank FISA. And so, we will move, once we get Clayton done, we'll move to FISA, try to get the Democrat coalition back together so we can actually pass that and put it on the president's desk. But, and we will look for votes, additional opportunities to get votes on the SAVE Act.
What about housing? You've got a deal potentially.
Okay, so he's what did he say? He's very passionate about it? Could you imagine saying that about your boss?
Yeah.
President Trump is still the head of the Republican Party now. I regret to inform you, but like imagine you don't have neither one of us. Well, you might have a boss, I guess, EJ, but not really. We're in a league of our own. But like having a boss at work come up to you and go, "You need to get this done," and you're really passionate about it.
Right.
Look, I know you're
patronizing
about making money at this company, and I know we're losing money, but it's just math.
It's just.
Like we're losing money. That's just math. Don't worry about it. It's just math.
one of the biggest things and one of the presses of For America has been to get this Save America Act passed. I don't understand how we can't, after we took a look at what's happening in Los Angeles with homeless people getting registered to vote.
Yeah.
God knows how many illegals. Like what is the holdup here? And last I checked, we have the majority.
We're gonna get it passed.
Are we?
Look, Thune still doesn't understand what makes Donald Trump tick. Trump has a salesman's ethos. Every no is a step closer to yes. That's the way the president, I believe, is thinking. So when Thune says, "We've tried this, we've tried that," and Trump comes over the top and says, "Well, the next thing you want to try, I'm not going to sign it until it has the Save America Act." That's been done 3 or 4 times. And Thune kind of throws his hands up in the air. Trump understands every time you say no, At least this is the salesman's ethos. This is the salesman's, what drives them. Every time you say no, it's just one step closer to yes. And so Trump doesn't care if it's FISA or pick whatever other bill you want out of a hat. It's just a step closer to what he wants. So it may not pass tomorrow. It may not pass next week. It may not pass next month. It'll eventually get there, and it'll get there in Donald Trump's term, by hook or by crook.
It has to.
Yeah, and now, is it going to get there to affect the 2026 races? Who knows? Probably not. But I'm done sort of like trying to coax Thune and some of these guys. They know how popular this thing is. They know what they have to do. When he says there's nothing left to do, that's just not true at all. I mean, this filibuster stuff, 60-vote cloture stuff, that just became popular in the mid-1970s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could put, this is our era's problem.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get things that are popular, that enjoy 80% popularity past the United States Senate. And I'll wrap it up this way. Senator Tillis had an interesting quote this morning in Punch Bowl. And when he said that he'd like to get the Senate back to being the institution a la the board of directors, as it's designed. If you think that you are a member of the board of directors, in most structures, the president reports to the board. And it's just a window into a lot of these guys' personalities and the way they think. They think the president reports to them. And they're just learning the hard way. And President Trump knows this. They're learning the hard way. Every time you say no to him, it's a step closer to a yes. And he'll get there.
I hope you're right. I don't know. But
Glass half full.
Here's something we can agree on. You know what McDonald's is doing for America 250? They're unloading the fried apple pie. That's called a seamless segue for those of you playing along at home. Seamless segue. Here's something we can all agree on, including President Trump.
That's great.
Fried apple pies on 6/23. I'm sure someone has a conspiracy theory about 6/23 and fried apple pies. I'm sure there's some sort of they blame the Zionists.
I still can't figure out what is the difference between this one and the one that's got the slits in it. That's there.
That's what she said. I don't know. This one's deep fried, I think.
Okay.
They throw this in, so this one's going to have a little hint of French fry, or a little hint of nugget with it.
Steaming hot. I don't know.
I don't know. I just
presumably if you throw the ones with the slits in the fryer, then everything can just get out through the slits, or the oil's going to get in too much, I guess, right?
Yes.
I would imagine.
I don't know.
But I like to dip my French fry into the apple pie hole. Sorry, it just combine goodness. I don't know.
Tim, go
Should
ahead.
not have
I'm not
put
gonna...
that on camera. Cut it.
We'll fix that in post.
On a live show.
I know. As soon as I said that, I'm like, what am I doing?
I like to dip
I'll live with it.
French fry in the apple pie hole.
Terrible.
All right, there we go. Just wanted to. We're gonna stay with that one in the book. But I've never done that. I used to put the fries in the milkshake though back as a kid.
When I was a kid, yeah.
I remember a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not, David.
Totally different.
Fine.
Yeah. No.
Wait, now, vanilla or chocolate milkshake, though?
Vanilla, always.
Yeah.
Chocolate's disgusting.
Well, especially like French fries and a chocolate milkshake. That just, I don't know. That seems contrary to the laws of nature. Vanilla,
I need patriotic.
I think, makes sense.
I need patriotic McDonald's. I want to see red, white, and blue at McDonald's. That's what I really want. I want a patriotic grimace. So.
A patriotic grimace. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Where's Grimace from?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be the Galapagos Islands. That's where the Philly Fanatic is from.
There we go. That's where they're all from. No, I'm excited about it. Are you doing, before I let you go here, David, you doing anything good for 4th of July? Do you guys do something? Because you have a very fantastically located office. I think it's a beautiful location. Do you guys just go up there in the office and watch fireworks from there?
No. We spread out. We go enjoy. We have families. Go enjoy. Go forth.
For those of us without families, I think that your office windows would be a great place to watch fireworks from.
Well, maybe, but we don't. We point toward Dulles Airport. We don't point toward National. So, I mean, I think we'd be pointing in the opposite direction. I don't know if it would be.
Oh.
So there. Sorry to rain on that.
Disney
parade.
World. I'm going to Disney World for the 4th of July. I
Do
hate
it.
it.
Do it.
The whole thing. I've become a Disney adult now because I'm mentally ill. All right. David Bozell, thanks for being here.
Thanks. Sorry. Got to wrap up. Thanks, guys.
I'll see you. Bye.
Good to see you, EJ.
You too.
Love that guy. I think he's fun. And also, he had no idea some of the topics that we were pulling out. I like to dip my French fries in the apple pie hole.
Yeah, make sure you get that down.
I'm writing that down. Mm-hmm. I really appreciated that one from him.
You should get that framed.
Oh my god! Actually, that's a really good idea. I get him a nice a plaque.
Yes, give it to him for as a Christmas gift or something.
That's where I want that actually. I like to dip my French fries in an apple pie hole, and then I'm just gonna give it to. Actually, that'd be really good for the 4th of July.
For the 4th of July.
Yeah, I can put it. So here's how this is gonna go. I'm gonna get a very fancy, a nice wood plaque. I will do this, and I will go to the Media Research Center office and find a place on the wall where it looks like it fits, and just hang it there.
And don't even tell them.
Don't tell anybody. I used to change when I worked at Fox 5 in DC. I used to change out the photos so they had all these photos on the set, and I used to put my photos in the and one of them lasted 3 months. Nobody noticed on the set. Gosh. I used to mix things up all the time, and they lost it when they found it.
Speaking of being at the Fox studio, so when you were playing the clip of Thune earlier,
yeah.
I just wrapped up a hit on Kudlow on Fox Business.
Okay,
and I'm running back to the green room to grab my bag, and he's sitting there waiting to go on Brett Baer's show to do that interview.
Oh, really?
And I didn't even acknowledge him. Didn't say hi, nothing. Just
now you didn't acknowledge him because you didn't recognize him, or because he was surrounded by staff and they wouldn't let you get anywhere near him. No touching.
No, they do I don't know if it's Secret Service or what, but the security guards that follow them around and everything. They do a pretty good job of making sure the rooms and everything are clear and the people already up there are good. Yeah. So they don't there's nobody blocking you so you can't get in the room. Besides, it would have been out of my way. I got to get my briefcase. Yeah. But no, I just went in, grabbed my briefcase, and left.
If it wasn't for that Capitol Hill security back in the day, we would have lost probably 20 members of the baseball team. Remember that? It was Steve Scalise's security guard.
That's right.
Single-handedly took out the guy who was shooting at everyone. Yeah. And had Steve Scalise not been there, there would have been no security whatsoever. It changed the rules up there.
Scary.
It's scary. Even scarier is that I was supposed to be there filming that morning when that happened.
Get out.
And myself and the guy who was actually working on the documentaries, Kevin Roberts documentaries with me, who films for them, Sean, decided to sleep in.
Wow.
Tim Young's laziness has saved Tim Young's life many times.
You know what?
We would have probably got a Pulitzer, by the way, if we would have been there filming it, because we were just going to do a basic interview and then whatever.
Yeah. But it goes back to that old saying, hard work never killed anybody. But seriously, why would you take the chance? Right? I mean,
well, we didn't think there was going to be a.
I know, but just because hard work never killed anybody, again, why risk it?
See the stupid mug.
Yeah,
I know. Do you see the stupid mug? The Mickey and Minnie Railroad.
Oh, that's what it is.
I have a problem. I don't even know what's happening with me right now.
Supposedly, when they were designing Magic Kingdom,
yeah,
right. Walt Disney told them his vision for it. And they came back to him with all these plans. They even had miniatures, some mock-ups of what the entire park would look like, Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And after sitting through their whole presentation, or sitting halfway through it, whatever, he interrupted them and was like, "This is horrible. This is nothing like what I want." And they're like, "But we tried to do exactly what you described in your huge list of recommendations." And he goes, "Look, I want it to look like nothing else in the world, and it should be surrounded by a train." And he got up and left.
That was it?
And supposedly that's the story. And then
that guy.
And then the idea they came back, when they next came back with mock-ups and everything, it was what is now the Magic Kingdom.
And then he looked at him and he said, "I dipped the French fries in the apple pie hole. Get it figured out. I gave you a list of people who are not going to. I gave you a list of demographics who are not allowed in this park. You start there. You put a train around it."
Instead of a fence, it's
you put a train around it. You have the gunners on the train to make sure that they scare the people off.
Yep.
I'm talking about Disney's very welcoming. All right.
Transition from that.
Yeah. Hold on. Where's my?
That's
I had
when
something.
when the late great Norm Macdonald is doing. I think it was the Conan O'Brien show the one night, and at one like he keeps interrupting Conan, who's trying to interview another guest,
love him. Yeah.
and this girl, I forget who it is, but she's trying to talk about a movie that she's in that's upcoming, and Norm just keeps interrupting and making fun of the movie, and she's like, stop, and finally, Conan asks the name of the movie, says it's The Chairman of the Board, and goes, do something with that, you freak, to Norm Macdonald. And about 2.5 seconds later, Norm goes, I bet bored is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
He ended that girl's career. He actually ended her career.
He really
I forget who it was.
did.
She was a big star at the time. She was on like the follow-up show to 90210, I think. And then she was, what was her name? And she was transitioning to films. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah. Here's talking about someone who's a big star here. Here's Al Gore, who he's unique looking now. He's aging.
That's a very charitable way to put it.
I can't knock. I'm not in great shape, but here's Al Gore. He's been eating a lot of bugs, and that's what you look like when you eat the bugs to save the environment. I'm sure that's what he does. Here's him talking about climate change, and just this is ridiculous.
You say the climate crisis is a moral and spiritual issue, not a political one.
Yeah.
Do you still believe that?
Oh, absolutely. And I put it in the context.
His teeth, brother. Do you see the teeth?
Mm-mm. No, let me look again. Oh, interesting.
What is going on?
I wonder if he doesn't have enough carbon in his diet. How old is he now?
Well, we leave that up there.
He was vice president a quarter century ago.
Take a guess. Take a guess at how old Al Gore is.
I would guess, again, quarter century ago he was vice president. I would guess he's late 70s now.
78.
There you go.
But I guess at some point you're just like, you know what? I'm going to let time just handle these teeths.
In the context of all of the other morally based challenges that humanity has confronted, the abolition of slavery, the women's rights and women's suffrage, the U.S. is hurting. We are hurting ourselves by pretending that it's not real and that we don't need to do anything about it.
He is comparing climate change to the abolition of slavery and women's rights. And not saying that she's biased, but look at how just overjoyed she is to be there.
Note, however, that he's framing climate change not as a scientific issue.
No.
It's a moral issue.
Yeah, because it's not scientific.
Right? Exactly.
I wonder if at some point, which I know she didn't, The Inconvenient Truth and his 2012 movie, the world, he's predicted the end of the world multiple times here, basically, or like the wrecking of the world.
What was the mountain? Do you remember, Tim? There was some mountain that he said by the year, whatever, 2000 or 2020. I don't know what he said, but it was like by whatever year this movie will have no snow left on, or this mountain will have no snow left on it.
I'm going to ask.
Like Kilimanjaro
I'm going to ask
something?
Grok on this one.
Okay.
What mountain did Al Gore say would have no snow left on it? It's thinking. This is why you don't need a producer anymore. Mount Kilimanjaro. In his 2006 documentary, An Inconvenient Truth, Al Gore stated, while showing images of the mountain, within a decade there will be no snows on Kilimanjaro. This was a reference to shrinking glaciers and ice fields in Africa's tallest mountain, alluding to Ernest Hemingway's short story, The Snows of Kilimanjaro. The prediction was for around 2016, but snow and ice remain on the mountain today, though they have significantly decreased over the past century due to a mix of factors. But snow's picked up other places. This is one of the more commonly cited examples from critiques of the film's climate predictions. Didn't he also predict that New York would flood?
Oh, yeah. Because of the rise in sea level. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, if you go to the Statue of Liberty, the sea level there is literally exactly where it was when the statue was put on its pedestal.
Also from Grok, Al Gore highlighted a flooding scenario for New York City, specifically parts of Manhattan, in An Inconvenient Truth. In the film, he discussed the potential collapse of major ice sheets in Greenland or West Antarctica, which could raise global sea levels by about 20 feet. I'm no scientist, but yeah, again, doesn't he also have a beach? Hold on. Does he have a beachfront home?
I'm sure he does.
Does Al Gore own beachfront property?
And see, if these people actually believed the things that they say they believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't be buying beachfront property. They'd be doing what Lex Luthor did in the one Superman movie, where he bought all the property on the other side of the San Andreas Fault in, like, Utah, Nevada, and everything, saying, "Oh well, I'm going to shoot nukes into the San Andreas Fault. California will fall into the ocean, if only." And then I'll own my formerly desert property will be now beachfront property, and I'll be rich.
Grok sort of defends him. No, Al Gore does not own true beachfront property, directly on the beach or waterfront. He does own, or has owned, elevated ocean view properties in the coastal Montecito area of California, which critics sometimes loosely call beachfront in discussions of climate hypocrisy. So he owns beachfront property. Yeah, that's a thing. I am again. What a guy, man. Oh, we did have a flood in hurricane. Yes, yes, that's right. A hurricane did flood New York. His prediction was that New York would be underwater,
Yeah.
not that it would flood during a hurricane.
Yeah, rise in sea levels, as in permanent rise, not
Permanent rise.
storm surge.
Yeah. There's a difference. Thanks for playing. All right, I want to talk about another story here with you. There's Thune, there's that. I had it pulled up. Sometimes I think to myself, could I be more organized, maybe, for this? No, I went to your tweet here the other day. You tweeted about this, and you've been talking about it for a while, and I've been working on this issue, to be honest with everybody here. But you've been saying for months that the steel and aluminum tariffs need to be recalibrated to prevent harming domestic manufacturing, from canned goods and appliances to cars and trucks. Now, this is going to hit people, might hit you a little weird here, but we are in a situation where, look, I think some of the tariffs are good. I think penalizing countries that penalize us, sure.
Yeah.
But at some point, it kind of turns, and home goods and home building and everything else, all the prices will go up, because we have to pay more for materials in America. And that's what you're talking about here, right?
Yeah, I think a big part of the problem, Tim, is we still don't have a lot of the stuff we were promised. Remember, we were promised on the whole Liberation Day thing, right? October 2nd, I guess it was, of last year.
Yeah.
We were promised we're going to have a reciprocal tariff rate schedule. In other words, we're going to publish this list of all these different trade abuses by other countries, and we're going to show how this is the effective tariff rate that has on us, and so that's now the rate we're going to impose upon them, et cetera. That still hasn't happened. We still don't have true reciprocal tariffs. And so what we've done instead is this kind of hodgepodge, or this slapdash version of it that is not, I think it's fair to say, it's not empirically based, and therefore it's not effective. And instead of forcing these different nations to come to the table to negotiate, some of the really bad actors are kind of getting off with a slap on the wrist, and then some of the other countries that really have been actually pretty good in terms of trade with the United States, instead they're getting the heavy-handed treatment. So nobody knows what they're supposed to be negotiating right now, and it's very chaotic, unfortunately. And one of the big downsides to that then was, especially when you're putting tariffs on things, very steep tariff rates on areas like steel and aluminum, even copper, where it takes a long time for domestic industry to ramp up production, to build a new smelting plant or a factory, whatever the case may be, to actually crank this stuff out. The problem is, until that happens, which will be years down the road, domestic consumers are stuck paying the bill for that.
So that's the thing. I'm all for American made. I'm all for having our own refineries and everything here to take care of this stuff. Everyone is. That's the whole point. But if we don't have it in place,
right,
immediately,
right,
and we're throwing tariffs on everything, it trickles down to people like you and me.
Yeah, and this is where look, I'm a free market guy.
Me too.
I don't like subsidies, but if you have to do something in this area in order to try to reshore, some of these critical industries, you're better off oftentimes using the subsidy route than using the tariff route, in part because, a tariff is like when your dog does something bad and you smack him on the nose, right? Which you met my late dog. I hated whenever I had to do that. It broke my heart. But what you do in that instance is you're telling the dog what not to do. But that's different from when he does the right thing and you give him a treat. Now you're telling him what to do. So a subsidy is reinforcing the positive behavior and it's telling people what to do. The tariff is just telling them what not to do, which sometimes is not what you want, which is reshoring domestic production. Sometimes it means people are simply going to consume less of whatever that is.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to consume less steel and aluminum because they're going to buy fewer appliances because they're so expensive.
Yikes.
Which again, I am all for the goal. We do need more steel and aluminum
I agree
production
with you.
here, and whether it's we need to be getting more uranium out of the ground. We need more copper, more platinum, palladium, you name it. I am all for all of that. Chrome. We finally opened the first chrome plant in something like 20 years in this country. That just happened this month. All for that, 100%. I just wish that the way the administration was going about doing it reflected what they originally promised and not what guys like Howard Lutnick has been. I mean, he has just been screwing this up left and right. Peter Navarro, same thing.
I mean, do you think we can fix this? I think we can.
Sure.
I don't know. I just
Sure. I think you can. I think you can. But you got to, I think they have to do again. They got to do what they originally promised. You know, and unfortunately, that just has been, this has been a lot of trial and error. And I think we're in a better place today, let's say, than we were when all these tariffs were first announced. We've rolled some of them back. We've recalibrated others. We've gotten some trade deals on the books. That's great. But we're still not where we need to be. Wow. So we got more, again, we've made some progress. There's still more room for improvement, a lot more.
Yeah. I don't like it when costs go up for everyday people, especially me, because I go and I have to buy appliances now for myself. Now that I'm an adult,
Adulting is hard.
Adulting is hard. So let's work on the tariffs, kids. What else is going on in the news? I'm waiting for, by the way, Chris Putnam's going to be joining us momentarily because tonight you and I are on a panel in Dallas on talking about the H-1B visa situation.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of them here.
A lot. I was shocked when I started going through the numbers of how many there are in the DFW area. I mean, it is just staggering, absolutely staggering, and you can really see it too, not only in terms of the effect of the increase, but also as some of those H-1Bs are getting cut off. The number of you'll have these entire, I don't know what you call them, enclaves, where you basically have these whole neighborhoods where literally half the homes are up for sale right now. And the people have already moved out, they're gone. And literally half the homes in some of these neighborhoods are vacant, and consequently prices are coming way down, which if you're an American trying to buy a home in those neighborhoods is a really, really good thing.
I have to show you this graphic. I found it by the grace of God here. I'm shocked that I could find it this quickly. Here is the graphic of, and let's get us framed up here nicely. There we go. So this is I want to make sure people can see the data on this. This is the H-1B video graphic of how quickly they've grown in America since 2015. Have you seen this before?
I have not.
Okay, brace for impact. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It continues to explode.
I mean, Texas might have more than California.
Yes, that's what it looks like to me.
Holy smokes.
And it's 5 million from India. Let me see if I got this. There we go. That's a good blow up of that. 5 million from India, 784,000 from China. Others 512. Why only 69,000 from Canada? That's amazing to me. How
but I mean, it's supposed to be. So your H-1Bs basically fall, I think, broadly speaking, into one of two buckets, right? Either one, what the program is actually designed for, which is these high-skilled employees that businesses just simply can't find here in the United States, or businesses who abuse the program and they bring in a ton of low-skilled, low-wage labor to replace Americans so that they can just pay them less, right? Yeah. So I mean, in Canada, what do you have? Well, you don't have a lot of the latter. Right, you don't have it as much as they have been importing the third world. Canada is not right now the third world. So it's again, it's not as if you have a ton of that to import. And then that just leaves the former category, which are those highly skilled workers. And Canada is not exactly known for its, nuclear engineers. So,
yeah. Joining us now is the Dallas Express CEO, Chris Putnam. We're talking about what we're going to be talking about tonight, Chris, with the H-1B visas. It's going to take an hour to get to this event tonight, by the way. It takes an hour to drive to this place, so you better strap in for this ride.
North Dallas, Frisco, Plano, it's not easy these days.
No. So we'll be there at some point. I believe the event starts at 6 tonight, so we will get there at some point there. But watching this video again of the H-1B explosion here, this is wild, and it is drastically affecting. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can see my cursor here, but this is where we are right here in North Texas. It's one of the largest concentrations of all of these H-1B visas in the country.
Yeah.
And you're getting houses here, and the Dallas Express has talked about this before. You're getting like houses that are claiming to have 32, 50 people living in them, where the they're obviously defrauding the system.
In a number of ways, right? Which is part of what we're going to talk about tonight. There's these visa mules out there that are just basically charging huge amounts of money for these to secure visas for these applicants, and they get them over here, and I think they just kind of send them out into the wild. That's why you see a lot of these, influencers show up at a lot of these so-called places of businesses, and there's like literally nobody there. And that's obviously a different kind of fraud from the kind of stuff that we've seen in Minnesota and California, where they were literally then, defrauding those state governments and even the federal government of millions of dollars for, fake daycare or whatever else. So there's a lot of different rackets at play here.
Yeah, it's unbelievable what's going on there. I mean, and it's going to be a really, really good conversation tonight. Where's the, I had the map up a second ago because you just texted me. But it's going to be at the Revel Patio Bar and Grill in Frisco. Now, how many H-1B visas do they employ at the Revel?
No, we may have to do an audit like when we get there. I mean, it's Frisco, so could be a relatively large number, right?
Yeah. Always exciting to have these events. I mean, at the Dallas Express, by the way, which I love writing for, I love participating with all the things that you guys do. You guys really have been at the forefront of this and a lot of the crazy things that have happened in this area. And you've exposed a lot of stuff too over the past year, man. You guys have, I mean, what is it now? What are you up to? 800,000 subscribers? You also
500,000, but it's still a healthy number. Yeah.
Also, the only North Texas based publication that's owned in North Texas, or in Texas in general. All these other, when you look at like the Tribunes and the Chronicles and the whatever, they're all from major corporations in New York, right?
Every big city print daily newspaper in Texas is owned by either Hearst Media out of New York City, with the Dallas Morning News was just purchased, from them last year, or New Jersey hedge fund, Chatham Asset Partners, in the case of the Star Telegram. So yeah, here in North Texas, we're the only locally in Texas owned and operated major media outlet.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
It's pretty crazy. I don't, a lot of Texans just don't know. Texans are so prideful and so boastful. Right. And, I think, these print dailies, as you all know, they're already really struggling. Most of them are dying. It's the reason that the Dallas Morning News was sold in the first place. They were losing $80 million a year. Their last public financial report before they were purchased, they had lost $35 million in one quarter. So, they're dying, and there's lots and lots of reasons. It could be a whole nother show. I love to talk about it. But our growth and success has been because so many readers, particularly in a market this size, the third or fourth largest media market in the country, were flat out disenfranchised, by those papers that have just gone incredibly far left. And I always tell people, we're not trying to be the DFW, Red State, or Breitbart. We're not that ideological. There's plenty of that. We just want to deliver the news from a center-right editorial point of view. And what's crazy is there's not that many people that do that have tried to do it the way that we've done it. And I think that's been a large factor in why I've been successful. And it's also no surprise that, those deep blue state outlets are, incredibly far left. And it's funny when you line up the ones that Hearst Media owns in Texas, which includes the San Antonio Express, the Austin Statesman, the Houston Cron, and now the Dallas Morning News, when it comes time to endorse, which we don't do, by the way, because you shouldn't like have to have me tell you how to vote. But when they endorse, they're all, of course, completely aligned, in their endorsements. So they've lost a lot of local autonomy, obviously, and it's just no surprise.
It's wild to me that people don't. You have to point this out because, again, people don't realize when it's all owned by the same company.
Yeah,
the left.
It should be a chilling development, for most Texans. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, it's this deep blue state media incursion into our state on a very large scale.
Yeah, I agree. My brain just went. Let's talk about positive things that we talked about at the beginning of the show, but I know that we've covered it, and I just wrote a piece for you guys on it. These Europeans are coming to Texas, man, and they've realized how good we've got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go back to this clip. There was this fella here who loves Shiner beer. Boy, oh boy, does he love that Shiner beer and brisket. And it's this is a reporter. We'll get to the reporter again. I stopped at the reporter last time, but let's watch this clip because I just can't. She's so fake.
Hi, I love this beer in this country, by the way. It's really good.
You like the beer in this country? All right.
Hospitality has been amazing as well.
Really? Have you had any Texas barbecue yet?
I had Texas barbecue yesterday. I had a lovely bit of brisket.
Tell me about it. What was your experience? Was it what you expected?
I went fatty. Do you go fatty or lean?
Yeah.
I went fatty. I went to.
She already has no idea.
Slow bone.
Okay.
Picked it up. Put the sauce.
I was there the other day.
In the mouth, melted in my mouth. It was absolutely beautiful. It's the best beef I've had in my life.
Really? We love to hear that. Did you try any of the other fixins with it or no?
I had a pork chop. I had some pork ribs.
Okay.
I had mac and cheese. The mac and cheese was average though.
Oh. Yikes.
And the other thing is, what's this Brussels sprouts gratin about? We have Brussels sprouts at Christmas in England. Why'd you have it on your barbecue? I don't know.
I don't know. There's so many questions here.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're doing today. What are your?
I don't care. Did you have the fixins? I wonder where she's from originally. Probably.
Was that the first time in her life she ever said that word?
I think so. She just didn't seem like she was just saying yes to whatever the guy was going to say. It just didn't seem authentic at all. But no, these Europeans, man, they come in here. They love our stadiums. Did you go to one of the games, Chris? Were you at one of the?
I did. We had a report at one yesterday, but I've been milling about at various venues, and I live near Bishop Arts District, and like we're getting them every day down there, and it's fantastic. Frankly, like they're just having so much fun. They brought so much energy, and I don't know if this is what the point that you're leading up to, but keep in mind what these people hear about us in their countries.
Yep.
From the legacy media, and then they come here and they're like, "Oh my God, this is nothing like what we've been told."
Are you in Jasmine Crockett's district?
Yes. No. So I'm in the one that was redistricted that Julie Johnson, who's not going to be here for long, ended up in it. So this was originally her district. And then post redistricting, it was Julie Johnson's, and now likely Colin Allred's.
I'm just wondering why where Jasmine has been, because you would think she'd want to be out there visiting with all of the Europeans who came through, to tell them about all the racism. I think is what she should be out there,
right,
talking about how terrible and hateful our country is. It's interesting to me that you have not seen leftist pushback on this. They've been very quiet as this has happened. And in fact, there was a guy on Jake Tapper the other day talking about how great things were. And Jake Tapper was smiling and laughing along like he hasn't been one of the lead cheerleaders for how terrible America has been. So
yeah, it's been like, I gotta say, like, as somebody lives like right in the Dallas urban core, like near an entertainment district, this is one of Dallas's best moments in a long time, or in the whole area, really. Like, and I didn't have high expectations, and a lot of people before the event were talking about maybe it's not going to make the economic impact that was anticipated. It's actually been amazing. Yeah. And again, it's the energy and the vibrancy and just the fact that these people are having the time of their lives and loving it here. And they're being so polite and so courteous and so respectful. I'm sure he's saying all this stuff about the Japanese, like cleaning up their own locker room, the Japanese fans cleaning up the stadium after themselves. And another great story that I think we've done today already, if not, we're doing it, is they had to close the Londoner pub in the Mockingbird Station area because there were so many people down there, it got out of control.
That is so awesome. I love the Londoner, by the way. It's a guy who wanted to be a French chef who has, that's where we should go for food. We should go to the Londoner. Oh, The Londoner is one of my favorite restaurants, just period, around here. I love it. I love their chicken tikka masala, actually, there.
Do you all hear how like, it's going in the other cities? Because I haven't seen a lot of those reports. You know, we just know how it's going here, and it's fantastic.
It's been great everywhere else. There have been people. What is it? Was it the Meadowlands? What's the stadium for the New York Giants?
That's it.
Yeah, Meadowlands.
Yeah. The fans that went to the Meadowlands were like, "This is the most magnificent stadium we've ever been to." That's coming from my buddy who's an ABC News producer and who was a big Giants fan. He's like, "I don't know what the stadiums are like in Europe, but the Meadowlands is."
I do actually. They're not that great. You know, I've seen. I actually got to attend what's called El Clasico in Barcelona, which it's every year. It's like Barcelona Madrid versus or Barcelona versus Real Madrid, with Messi and Ronaldo on the field at the exact same time. It's insane. But those stadiums are actually not nice at all. They just pack like 100-something thousand people into this bowl and like nothing fancy whatsoever.
You know what I haven't seen, and I wish we could have seen it, is some Europeans going to a couple of our high school football stadiums. Man, like Carroll ISD's football stadium, man. Like that would be like, yeah, that would be a crazy one. So magnificent stadiums here.
Yeah, Texans do high school football a little differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that you're from Texas, right? Originally, EJ?
No, I'm from Philly originally.
But you were Texas public policy, right?
Yeah. So I lived in Austin for a bit when I was working there at TPPF.
When were you in Austin?
21 and 22.
Okay, I was there from like 2011 to 2015.
Are you an Eagles fan, EJ?
Absolutely.
I've been to a few games there.
I got more things to give you then. I got some Eagles stuff that I found the other day, actually.
Oh, do you really?
I have so much junk. Dude, if you come over to my house now, by the way, I just give things away.
Do you have any hats?
I have a scarf from like the 80s.
Do you have any hats?
Oh, do I have hats? No, I don't have any hats. Nothing to spare.
Okay.
So
just not the Christy Yamaguchi plates.
Those are crucial to my investment.
Those are sacred.
And I don't even need to ask Chief Economist for the Heritage Foundation, EJ Antoni, how much those are worth and what the dividends are and return will be on those. Because I just know. Yeah, I just know. Now, my ex-girlfriend did not appreciate my Christy Yamaguchi plate collection.
You could probably buy like at least 100 H-1B visas for one plate.
I mean, and they can just all live here in the house, just like everybody else. I can get in.
You have a pretty big house. You could hold a lot of them.
Why haven't we gotten in on these illegal H-1B visas? Why or running a daycare? Why do we have legitimate jobs when a majority of all these?
You mean a Leering Center?
A Leering. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't understand. Sometimes I wonder, like, why do I it's because we would be sent to jail. We would be the ones that would go to jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, somebody's got to work and pay taxes to finance the Leering Center and all the rest of it, right?
I know, that's right.
We're not allowed to ask questions, about what's going on with those groups. I mean, Gavin Newsom was literally passing a law, so you can't do any form of independent investigative journalism into anything. Like, maybe including his own personal finances, which look like they're a problem now.
What are you talking about? He's the cleanest politician of all time. He's like the nicest guy. Nothing wrong. Let me see if I can get this blown up a little bit better. Nope, that's not good.
Cleanest politician with the greasiest hair.
Yeah. This is the event tonight, guys. If you are in the Dallas or Frisco area, you want to make sure you come out to this, or Fort Worth with an hour to drive like we're going to have. The Dallas Express is presenting Are We Still in America? And a hell of a panel. I mean, forget me. You got Amy Robbins, of course, Chris Putnam, Kaylee Campbell. I'm not going to pronounce that name. And
Teen Vaziri.
And Jace Yarborough. You got to give me the luckily I'm not hosting tonight. It's you, right? That's going to be hosting the panel.
I'll do the heavy lifting, passing the questions around. Yeah.
God bless.
You just have to show up and look pretty.
You should have seen me when I did the Fresno GOP whatever Lincoln Reagan dinner, and I couldn't pronounce a single name. And then I was like, "Oh, the sheriff is here. Good for you. Good to be glad you're sheriff." I just like, I wasn't
Mr. Sheriff.
And the thing is, afterwards, people were like, "Were you drinking?" I'm like, "No, I don't drink when I host things." I was just literally just like blowing it off. There's the deputy city councilman, whatever. You got to acknowledge. You have to do all the. It's like doing a land acknowledgement, but for Republican events. Here's the pumpkin queen from 2003. He is. Who could forget? You look just as fantastic as you were back in the day. No, it's like, but yeah, no, you know how these events go. You've been in politics around here long enough, Putnam, that you know like how you got to do all the the winking and the nodding and the recognizing and whatever.
Oh yeah.
All of our
Got to make sure all the elected officials are properly, their egos are properly fed.
Vice Chair of the Elks Lodge is here. Elks Lodge 302 in the audience. Want to give them a shout out. Anyway, all right. Make sure you guys come out to the event tonight. It's going to be fantastic. I really enjoy. I really enjoy the events. Everyone I've been to, even when the people in the audience try to introduce me to people I don't want to talk to, I still enjoy the event.
Yeah, EJ, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're really excited to have
My
you.
pleasure. I'm excited to be there. So thank you for the invite.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. It's gonna be. We added the economic aspect of all of this with EJ Antonio over there.
That's important. It's probably one of the most important aspects.
That's me. I'm just racist, and then we're just gonna balance it out. I'm just. They smell.
I mean, we wouldn't be serving the community well if we did include some form of Christian white nationalism. So
That's true. That's right. That's right. Is Bert Thacker going to be there?
Who?
Bert Thacker from the Frisco City Council.
Oh, I never heard from him. Yeah, we would have loved to have had him.
Oh, life is hard. All right.
The truth is, like, elected officials in general are not comfortable talking about this, regardless which side they're on.
A lot of
that's
money.
part of what we'll discuss tonight. But as you know, like a lot of Republican donor money.
Yes, big time.
It doesn't want to see a tremendous amount of reform here. That's just a fact.
Yep. And they also I know that they also sometimes are very afraid to talk to you, Chris, because even though we won't even talk politics, even though that you guys report literally on the facts, you guys ask real questions. And real questions are real difficult for politicians at times. So
yeah, back to my earlier point, we're non-discriminatory in terms of whether you're Republican or Democrat at times.
Yep.
Yeah, we may have an editorial point of view that it leans center right, which we're very transparent about, which is also different from the legacy media, who's dishonest about it. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to hold people accountable. And our foundational principle is truth. And if the story's true, and it's in the public interest, we're going to print it.
Yep. That's why it's a good publication. The Dallas Express, make sure you're there. And then tonight, I should have left the event up, but at Revel Patio Bar and Grill in Frisco, Texas. Are we still in America? Gonna love it. Thanks for being here, Chris Putnam. Thanks for being here.
Thank you guys. We'll see you this evening.
We'll see you tonight. We're gonna go. Actually, we should start getting in the wagon now to head.
Me too. I'm going straight up there in a minute.
I know. All right. See you tonight. Bye.
Oh, tickets still available. It's at DallasExpress.com.
Oh yeah, DallasExpress.com. Make sure you guys go over there and see it. Get it if you're in the North Texas area. And we'll see you soon. Thanks to For America. Make sure you guys go follow, like, subscribe, all the things.